Hello! Welcome, welcome! Alright. So Tess is getting on right now. Perfect! Hello!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Perfect.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to finally see you face to face, somewhat. Awesome. So, let's just make sure that your face is like above the text so that people can see your beautiful face.
Is that good?
Yeah, that looks great. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to Blue Sky Gallery for having us on here and hosting all of this. If you don't know, Blue Sky Gallery is a great gallery, and they are actually in need of some help right now, just like any other nonprofit. And if you're interested in donating, you can go to their bio and you can click on that and donate. And then one more thing before we get started. Right now, tonight, Chris Graves Projects is having 30% off until midnight on any books that are not pre-ordered, so go ahead and check that out after this is over. So, welcome, Tess. Why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about you, where you're from, where you're based?
Yeah, so my name is Tess Roby. I'm a photographer and musician based in Montreal, where I am now. So
Awesome. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about what got you interested in photography?
Well, I started taking pictures when I was 14. Really got into photography in high school. I had a really amazing photography teacher, and also was just really lucky to have a photography class in high school. I know a lot of people don't have that, so that was really cool. And yeah, just a really great photography teacher who really supported and found that I had like a kind of like passion for photography. And he kind of told me that I could study photography at university, so I didn't really know that that was something you could do at that age, so oops, sorry.
No worries.
So yeah, and then I kind of like lifted off since then after I studied in university.
So you went to university for photography?
Yeah, in Montreal, yeah.
Awesome, wonderful. So then how does music play into all of this? I know that you're a musician, and I love your music, by the way. Checked it out a little bit. So why don't you tell me a little bit about how that got started in your life?
I was always into music from a young age, and I used to sing in a children's choir. But then when I moved to Montreal, both of those things kind of like started to converge, and I was young when I moved here. I was 17 and sort of like, kind of like getting the ropes on life and sort of just having fun with both photography and music. Started playing music with people who I met at university, and kind of over the years just came to realize that it was, something I could actually do and kind of take on as a career. So yeah.
Awesome. So then when it comes to your everyday practice, how do you feel like you balance the two? Do you usually call yourself a musician, a photographer, or somewhere in between?
I guess I refer to myself as both. In terms of, working on both of those things. My studio right now, and it kind of is an open. I'm just gonna show around.
Yeah, give us a look around.
Well, yeah, you were sitting on a pile of photography books. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it like this. But I have all my music gear, and then I don't know. It's just a creative place that kind of fosters both of those things. So it's just kind of natural, whatever I'm feeling that day, taking the energies of the day and seeing what works, But I think they both really go hand in hand, and definitely one doesn't take priority over the other. It's just kind of really intuitive and natural for me to do both, and yeah, refer to myself as both a musician and photographer.
Awesome. So then, thinking of them as something this thing that you flow between, have you ever like made a project where you've incorporated, both, or something like video work or anything of that sort?
I think where they come together is in the album art and music videos for my music, which I record under the name Tess, Roby, which was like, I don't know, it's so hard to come up with an artist name that like really sticks and kind of represents everything that you are, but I also chose to record under that name and put music under that name because I am a photographer as well, and I just wanted it to encapsulate everything that I do as an artist and like both my artistic practices. But I think going back to your question, it's really in the music videos and in the album artwork where they come together, and I try and use photos that I've taken in my albums. So yeah,
that's awesome. So where would you say you draw your inspiration for either practice, both of them? Are there any themes that you feel like are constant throughout, or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I don't know, a lot of people ask me about the relationship between them and like the themes that appear in both of them. I never really know how to answer so well because both of them just come so intuitively to me, and I kind of only find the themes that appear in both of them like after the fact, But I mean, I got a lot of inspiration from moving around and traveling and kind of just being outside and like, I don't know, spending time outside or moving around and then spending time inside and reflecting on that. There's a lot of like, I don't know, I'm pretty inspired by nature. It sounds kind of cheesy, but like I feel like I'm drawn to photograph a lot of things in nature. Like, I don't know, flowers and water and light. Water and light, I think, are both things that appear both in my lyrics and music and also in my photographs. I don't know, just get a lot of inspiration from like the outside world and like, it'll be like going for a walk is like research, and like it took someone to kind of tell me that for me to for it to click and think like everything I do kind of inspires me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like on that note, where would you say you most prefer walking, or like do you usually walk around where you live, or do you go to certain places, visit places to walk?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think walking is a huge, it's a huge thing in photography, and for photographers like me where the images are more they present themselves, they're not planned. I think walking plays like a definite factor. It's funny like we're having this interview because of the Montreal project, and I kind of just want to talk a little bit about there's like a quick bio on Chris's website, but I'm just gonna say, like, I don't usually photograph in Montreal so much, so that's why this project was kind of interesting for me. But I usually travel and then make my series from all these different images from different years and different places, and I don't shoot like I don't know, like I don't talk a lot about Montreal in my work. Like, it doesn't play a big part. So doing this book was really interesting because I had all these photographs from Montreal from the 9 years, almost 10 years I've lived here, and putting them together, it gave them a purpose and like a link between them. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, like, walking in Montreal, it's been weird lately walking in Montreal. I haven't like wanted to walk so much and take so many pictures, but it's getting really nice here, and when it gets nice in Montreal, it's definitely when I photograph way more here. it's very ugly during the winter. I usually only shoot black and white in the winter, and like only color in the summer, which is kind of funny. But yeah.
Well, so since you're talking a little bit about Montreal, why don't you talk a little bit about, what the city means to you and like your relationship with it? I know you chose it as your place to do for the project for Lost, for Chris Graves' projects. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about your personal connection with that city?
Yeah, so I mentioned before I moved here in 2011, I was only 17, which at the time didn't seem young, but now, like 10 years later, I'm like, that's quite young, to move to another city. But it totally made sense. And yeah, I moved here to study photography, and then I stayed on after university. I have no plans on moving anywhere else now, and it's quite a transient city. A lot of people leave if they study here, especially because of the French part. I'm from Toronto originally, and yeah, I don't speak French so well, like petit peu. So after university, it's like, okay, I have to find a job, I have to speak French, But there's always obviously loopholes in our huge Anglophone community here. So yeah, I stayed, and it's a really, I don't know, it's a special city. A lot of people talk about it like it's the most European city in North America.
You just heard When I Hear Music by
every time I travel and I meet somebody and I tell them about it, they end up coming the year after, just because I guess I've made it sound magical, but they've also heard about it. The interesting thing about Montreal, I think, is the divide and the duality between summer and winter. The winters are really harsh. And really hard, like emotionally and physically. You go outside and your tears will freeze on your face.
Yes, definitely.
But in the summer, it becomes this super magical, special place where anything is possible, and you can drink in the parks and stuff. So yeah, culmination of tons of stuff. But it's a great city, and the music and culture is really good here also.
Definitely. Your pictures make it seem magical when you look at them, so definitely. Well, on Montreal still, why don't you say a little bit about what your favorite places to do around the city are, Favorite restaurants, anything like that? You said the music scene is great. Are there any particular venues that you frequent?
Yeah, it's sad right now because all of that is totally on hold, so it's like a stranger place, and it's just becoming super nice. It's a beautiful summer day here. Normally, everyone would be super excited. There's usually a really crazy feeling in the air that everyone gets after spending 4 months inside their houses, but the feeling is a bit off right now. But in regular times, I live around the corner from an outdoor market called Chantal Market, which I love going to. Really nice place. There's a lot of beautiful parks in Montreal. Jarry Park and Parkwood Fontaine. The designer of Central Park, I think, also designed both of those parks. But also, I always am so grateful to live in Canada, Montreal specifically, because you can drive kind of an hour in any direction, and you're in the middle of beautiful nature and water. It's a gorgeous landscape. Yeah, that's what I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay, so on Montreal, the book, what would you say is your favorite image from that project?
It's a shame because I haven't gotten my copy of the book yet.
Yes.
I was really hoping. I know, I was really hoping to have it for this interview so I can hold it up and. But yeah. Sadly I haven't got it. But I have the mock-up copy next to me, which is the secret shitty artist mock-up that has before they make a book.
It's okay, Chris. He says I'm sorry in the chat.
No,
it's all the craziness of the world.
I can't see the chat actually. But yeah, I was running to the door every time I knocked, but Soon. We'll get it soon. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have a favorite necessarily, but I was just like looking. This is the first photo in the book. Excuse the quality of this mock-up, but it's like it's kind of nice because you open the book and it's a self-portrait, like of my shadow. I really like this photograph. And then a few pages later, this image. It's called Pink Legs, 2012. This is one, like, this has kind of always been one of my favorite images that I've taken. I remember getting that picture back, and it was taken in 2012, just after I'd started photography classes, and seeing that image and thinking, wow, this image is really good. Like, one of those images that really stuck with me over the years, and like, I don't know, it just reminded me of kind of important photographs that I'd seen before, like thinking about like Nat Golden and stuff like that. Like, it kind of, I was like, wow, like, this is a really cool picture that I didn't remember taking, you know? I'm just looking at the book again. Oh yeah, this is like, okay, so Tia, when we were editing the book, this is an image that, I don't know if you guys can see. Okay. It says rock and roll, if you didn't know.
Okay.
But this is an image that you kind of like took out for a second, and I was like, I understand why she took that out, but I really want to leave it in.
Yeah.
Because this image was taken at this amazing underground music venue called Drones Club that no longer exists. That kind of was like super special to me and important, and like I feel like it kind of shaped me at that age, like when I was like 19 to 21, and had a huge impact on me, and so I wanted to include it, and so that's kind of like a little like favorite image of mine from the book also.
Yeah, I think like one of the best parts about this project, and I think like a lot of the Lost projects, is just like how intimate the images are. Like, I feel like each one has a deep connection with the artist, and I think that's just a beautiful thing to like look at this small little piece of like your experience in a place. And I think that's why it's such a cool series, and I'm so glad that Chris keeps doing it, because it's so wonderful to see like just these little pieces of like home to people.
Yeah, I was so, like, when I first got the email about the project, I was like, wow, this is incredible, because this is totally right up my alley, and this is what my photographs represent in a way, and I totally understood the ethos of the project. I was so happy to be a part of it, so thank you, Chris.
Yes. Okay, and so there is one more image from the book that I'd like you to talk a little bit about. It's the one with the disco ball. I think it's been a big favorite from what we've shown so far. Like, a lot of people have really liked it, and I saw it was your profile picture now. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how that came about?
That picture was taken on New Year's Eve. I think it was 2017 to going into 2018. It might have been the year before. But you know, like I said earlier, I take kind of like only black and white pictures in the winter. And especially if I'm shooting at parties or shooting images of friends, I think everyone kind of like looks better in black and white. Also, so that was what was in my camera at the time. But I mean, yeah, we were just at a party, and there was this giant disco ball on the stove, and like, how often do you see that? And I feel like that kind of image is really, I don't know, it just like, that's kind of like a me thing to photograph. It's like super intuitive, saw it, like, wow, I love it, you know. I love disco balls. I've taken a bunch of pictures of disco balls over the years. Like, who doesn't love a disco ball? Yeah, I can't remember much else. It was New Year's Eve, so.
Definitely. All right. how about you tell me a little bit about your favorite artists, authors, writers, anyone who you feel inspires you, people who have inspired you in the past, anything like that.
It's such a big question.
Yeah.
There's so many. There are so many, and like, it's just like, okay. So Wolfgang Tillmans and Nan Goldin are huge ones for me. Both like incredibly like inspiring images that you can like go back to time and time again and kind of like find something new in those images. I remember seeing Wolfgang Tillmans' exhibition in 2015, I think, in New York, and it had such a huge impact on me, just the way that like blew the images up. Like they're an insane size, and specifically there was this one image of a weed growing in an alleyway with like a tiny bit of light on it, and the image was like 2 stories tall. It's like how? And it just like this tiny weed was so that had a huge impact on me. I also saw Charlie Engman's exhibition 2 years ago in Toronto for Contact Photography, and he just put out a book called Mom, which I'm really excited to get. But that body of work is amazing, and also made over like a 10-year period, which really speaks to me and my work, I think, too, because like my work is all about like compiling images over a long period of time and place, and then kind of putting them together. So I love that work. Other photographers that come to mind are like Lena Shanis, Mark Picmesian, who else? I'm gonna fuck up her last name, but Kira Gingazova. I don't know, there's so many like amazing, and Instagram is such an amazing tool for finding these photographers from all over the world, and absolutely a community with them, which is super cool. And then some close friends of mine, Brent Morley-Smith and Ryan Molnar, who are just really inspiring to me as people and as photographers too. Artists, oh my god. Maren Carlson, male tier 69. There's an artist called Simone Blaine from Montreal. Her paintings are amazing. And another painter called Darby Nobra from Toronto. Just beautiful contemporary artists who I love. Patti Smith's books. Every book she writes is amazing. Definite favorite author, and the way she pairs images and words together is just like, honestly, it's like amazing. I would like super recommend anyone who's an artist or loves art to read her books. And yeah. You asked about music too. I feel like I'm going on forever.
Yeah, I know. That's like a whole other category. But yeah, if you have any favorite musicians or inspirations.
I mean, I love music and I listen to so much of it. But Dev Hynes is an amazing musician and also just has this he has like a pulse on like what's going on, and like directs all his own music videos, and just like I feel like you can sense like his whole artistry and his music and everything he does. So like he's definitely super inspiring, I would say. That's only one person. I can't get into the rest, but
That's okay. And then on the note of inspiration, like these are artists and people who have really inspired your work. Have you ever had a mentor? Which is, I know you said in high school, you were really fortunate to have had a mentor there, and then any other mentors that you've ever had.
I wouldn't say I've had not one. I'm like mentor. It's such a. I guess some people are really lucky and like someone kind of takes them under their wing, but I haven't necessarily had a lot of mentors, just a lot of people who I've like been lucky to work with or to be friends with, who have kind of inspired me, or we've had really great talks about art and photography or music. but no one in particular, I think.
All right. So let's shake it up a little bit. What have you been up to right now during quarantine?
Well, hopefully it's almost over. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been such a weird time in the world, and yeah, it was so sad that I couldn't go to New York, and you know, the Paris Photo New York
I know,
didn't
it was at
happen.
the worst time.
I was looking forward to meeting you and meeting Chris, and it was just like, yeah, it was that was like the first time that I was like, you feel sad for yourself, and then you kind of realize the scope of the situation, and then you're like, okay. But I guess doing this interview is kind of like the launch of the book in a way, so
Yeah.
kind of cool. I mean, I think I've just been cooking a lot and doing a lot of dishes, actually. I don't know, focusing on the apartment and making it a nice place to be, and I reorganized all my negatives for the first time, which was a huge project. I have like thousands of negatives.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I shoot only film, so it's like a never-ending thing. But it was wonderful to kind of take all of them out, no dates or anything. You just hold them up, and then you have like all these kind of flashbacks and memories, and that was like something really nice. But probably the same as most other people, I think.
Yeah. So on the cooking note, I also really love to cook. What is your favorite thing to cook in general? It could be like type of food.
Love a good sweet. Also just love pasta. My boyfriend loves pasta. He's probably like watching this in the other room and laughing, but a lot of pasta. And now that it's summer, another thing, it's interesting. Most people wouldn't think about this if you live in like a kind of like climatized place, but there's a huge shift in cooking from winter to summer. For me, at least, it's like, I don't know. So it's like kind of been fun to do that switch over the fun.
Change up the recipes. Get out the old cookbooks.
Yeah, I love. It's funny to think that a lot of people have just started learning to cook, in the pandemic. But I've definitely gotten better at cooking, I think, in the past. How long has it been? 9 weeks?
I don't even know, like months now.
What do you like to cook? What's your favorite?
I also really love pasta. Pasta is, honestly, yeah, I think I might agree with you. I think pasta is just so versatile, can do anything. There's so many different types of pasta. So I think I'll agree, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a question in the chat. Someone's asking if you're going to come to Europe again anytime when you can.
I was planning on coming to Europe in like November, December. That was my plan. I wanted to play some shows. I want to go back to Europe as soon as possible. So yes, I'll be coming back as soon as I can. Yeah, we'll see about the future of live music, and just events in general. It's crazy to think because so many people, like, their livelihoods depend on that industry, the arts and culture sector. So it's, hopefully we can go back to, doing the stuff that we love as soon as we can.
Yeah, definitely. Chris is asking if you have a new album or new music in the works at all.
Yes. Hopefully, hopefully there's going to be an album next year. I say hopefully, I mean, there's so many factors with the pandemic or no pandemic. But yeah, I'm working on a new record, which I want to come out next year. And I've also been working on a new musical project. So you 30 people may be the first to hear that, but hopefully there's some music coming out this summer.
Ooh, that's soon.
I know, it's really exciting. It's crazy when, I don't know, like, being an artist or, like, I don't know, it's such a weird, such a weird thing, like, because you're always working, if you're an artist, regardless, like, things come really intuitively to you, you're always working on something, but like the output, you know, it changes, and you can get really hard on yourself because you're like, I haven't put anything out in 2 years. Like, are people still listening? Are people still paying attention? You know, and of course they are, but it's a hard kind of like back and forth. And for me, I haven't put out any new music since 2018. And that record that I put out in 2018 was recorded in 2016. So it already felt slightly old when I did put it out. And now it feels really old. And it's like, whoa, people are still listening to that. Like, it's me now, if that makes sense. So it's going to be really exciting to put out new music. But yeah, like, I don't know, being a photographer and a musician, like, you know, you can only do so much. And I'm so happy that we put out this book this year, because we've been working on it for a year, I think, now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so it's really exciting, and it's been like a really great project to look forward to. So I'm super excited it's out, and can't wait to see it soon.
Yes, me too. We have a question in chat. It says, are you experimenting with any different genres in the new album? Or will it feel very Tess, you know?
Oh, I like the phrase "very Tess." I think really important, like in any art, that people like can hear something or look at something and think of you almost immediately. Like, that's essentially where you want to get to as an artist. So that's nice. Maybe you didn't mean it like that, but that's like what I aspire to do in anything. So
that's cool. Yeah, a style, definitely. And something that's memorable, honestly, is like so important for being an artist.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, all the greats, you know. Lots to live up to. But musically, genre-wise, the new project, yeah, I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people, and yeah, it's like it's interesting to think like about what other people think of you, and like how many, like, you know, they don't know how many hats you wear essentially. So yeah, there's gonna be some new hats very soon. But I mean, you know, like, as you grow as an artist, you just build on the work that you've already done. And, you know, musically, like, I get new equipment, you know, it has like certain sounds that like make an appearance, and, you know, it's always me, but there's a lot of like growth in terms of who I am as a person, you know, who I am musically. So it kind of like all converges, and, you know, the sound grows. The sound is really good on the next record. I'm really excited to share.
So exciting!
I'm really excited to share. So we'll see when that comes out. But yeah, stay with me. So
yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting what you said a little bit about like having a style, like making music that sounds like you. Do you ever feel like in any of your art practices, photography or music, that like there's kind of like a pressure to fit the mold or live up to the expectations of the things you've made before, or do you feel like it's easy to go outside of what you have done and create work that's like completely different?
I feel like those thoughts are constantly like knocking at the door, like all the time, but you kind of have to like kick them out of the room and like leave them at the door, because those thoughts can like kill your art essentially, for me at least. Like, I find it, you know, like I'm really hard on myself, and I want to make really good work, but really good work takes time, and like, you know, you put a lot of pressure on, I'm saying you, but I put a lot of pressure on myself to like work quickly and like get something out there, like the people want it, you know. But it's like, there's no pressure. Like, good art is good art. You know, good art takes time. So, and a photography book or a record is gonna last longer than you do. So you better make sure it's fucking sick, so that when you're dead and people are reading that book or listening to that album, they're like, this is really good.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I love that. I love I love how you describe it like that because it's so true. Like, what we make is there forever, and it really does matter to put everything you have into it.
Yeah. And it's taken me a long time to realize that, like, good art takes a long time. You don't have to rush yourself for anyone else, you know? Or for yourself, you know? If you're putting pressure on yourself, like, good to take the pressure off. But it's hard to realize that. And that's something that I've realized, I think, in the past few months.
Yeah. I think especially, like, right now, because we have so much time, there is a lot of pressure to be working if you're an artist. You know, it's like,
For sure.
you don't have your day job right now. You might, but, like, just being home so much more, people expect a lot more artistic practice and working. But I feel like at times that is, like, hard expectations to put on ourselves as artists, especially right now when there's so much going on. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like, I remember at the start of all of this, I wrote a little something on Instagram. I was like, don't force yourself to do anything you don't want to do, because that's not gonna, like, bring on the best feelings, you know? Especially with art, you know, like, I've been working from home during this quarantine, and it's weird that, like, my studio where I go to focus, like, on my art is now, like, where I go to focus on work. And so, like, that's been kind of like a divide for me. But I think doing what you feel is really important, and, like, if you feel like eating pasta and watching a movie, like, you should do that, you know?
Definitely. Yeah. Are there any movies you've been watching recently?
I was just gonna say, it is interesting that, like a lot of music blogs and stuff, like music Twitter was like, you know, like, everyone's bio in, like, 2 years, it's like, this music was written during the quarantine pandemic of 2020, like, every like indie musician or whatever, which I found pretty funny. I mean, we'll see, like, some great art will probably come out of this, but, like, if you don't feel like making art, then don't do it, because it might not be good if you're forcing yourself. Yeah. You had asked another question?
Yes. Movies. Any movies, TV shows that you've been watching during all of this?
I have watched a lot of movies during the quarantine, actually. I really enjoyed watching Top Gun for the first time a few weeks ago. It's a classic 80s, like, romance movie with fighter jets. It had a huge budget.
Yeah.
Kind of random that I'm mentioning of all of the movies I watched, but there was something very charming on it, and the Berlin song "Take My Breath Away" is featured very prominently in that movie, which I really like. That's a great song. I've just been watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Nice.
Non-stop, so that's actually brought me a lot of joy, like, every time I watch it, but especially looking forward to it, you know, in the context of being really scared of the outside world and just forgetting about things and watching RuPaul's Drag Race has been really good.
That's awesome. So before I go into some more questions, I just want to remind everybody that you guys can totally ask questions in the chat. If there's anything you want Tess to talk about, now's the time to ask it. That'd be awesome. And I also want to mention, for some people who might not have been here at the beginning, that, again, Chris Graves Projects is doing 30% off until midnight tonight. So get your books, anything that isn't pre-order. So unfortunately, that doesn't include your book, because that's pre-order, because, you know, all of this craziness, it still hasn't, like, officially been done. But, and then I also want to thank Blue Sky again one more time while we're doing this. But so yeah, any questions in the chat? Let's see. Someone asked, what do you aim your music videos to show for the songs they play out on?
That's a good question. And also hard to answer. I think the music videos are really intuitive. Like, like, before the song comes out, I'm kind of thinking about the music videos and, like, just imagining them and kind of, like, building off of, like, the power of the song, like, what it holds and stuff. But they're really fun to build on, and I think a lot about them before they happen. So I don't know if that answered the question super well, but yeah, it's very intuitive to me, and like directing my own music videos is something that I really like doing and probably won't stop. I just have like a kind of fierce creative vision that like, you know, I'm almost like perfectionist is a weird word because it can be taken kind of negatively, but it's quite positive, I think, because it means you really like are like 100% and love your work and will do whatever it takes to kind of envision what you want. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot some more music videos this summer.
And I also think like it's really wonderful that you have such an important hand in directing your music videos because it's kind of like a visual interpretation of what you're doing in your like audio song, and it like I think that helps the two connect really beautifully. Yeah, so I guess since you have some music that you're working on, you probably already have some visual ideas for those songs as well.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't come immediately. There's a lot of like listening to the song, like thinking about the lyrics and stuff and what you want the song to represent visually, you know, because if that's the first thing people see when they first hear the song, then hopefully you want it to have a connection, and you want it to like be strong, you know, so people remember the song. And, you know, it adds to the video, but it doesn't take away from... Or, sorry, the video adds to the song, but it doesn't take away from the song.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
I have another question. It says, what are some things that Montreal inspires as a city?
What does Montreal inspire as a city? I don't know if I understand the question super well. Like,
I guess you could think of it kind of abstractly. Like, are there any like abstract things that Montreal kind of feels like to you?
Right, that makes sense. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I don't know. Like when I think about Montreal, like I think about like I said, like the duality between the winter and the summer. And I mean, the summer is like the people who live here, it's very apparent when summer arrives. Like it's like everyone's taken drugs essentially, and like everyone's walking around like super happy and crazy and like kind of like a bit too loud or something, you know. There's really beautiful light in Montreal. There's like amazing sunsets. I don't know, because I'm from Toronto, they're kind of more amazing here. I don't know why. I don't know, when I think of Montreal, I think of like basically beautiful summer, which it truly is. I hope that's sufficient.
Yeah. I think, I live in Rochester, and I was like talking to my friends the other day about how like it feels like the summer feels so much more brilliant and amazing when you've had like a really, really harsh winter. And I think that's something that's so interesting that you've like kind of incorporated a little bit visually into your book, in a sense. Like there is kind of this like raw beauty to the sunlight almost like in the book. So I think that's really, really a wonderful thing to like hear you talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only one picture in the book that features snow.
Yeah.
There's like I'm gonna find it in the mock-up here. But that's like quite something because there's a lot of snow here, you know, like most of or like half the year. I can't find it. Anyways, oh yeah, here it is. Sorry about anyways. But yeah, it's a yellow car sticking out of the snow, and that picture is nice because there's like a pop of color in it, but usually Montreal is like very gray, bleak in the winter, but it can be really beautiful too, the snow, sometimes, when you feel it and you're inside.
Yeah. Definitely. Another question from the chat. Will you ever cover a TATU song? Tattoo, I think? I don't know.
Who asked that question?
I don't, Pinky Stop.
Like, all the things she said? Probably not.
And then another question: will your music be made available on Bandcamp?
It is available on
Bandcamp. I was gonna say I think it is.
It just was made available. Yeah, that's a good question. It's there now.
Awesome. So go check it out after this, everybody. I have another question. I think this is a good one. What is your background about music? So kind of tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned in the first part of our interview, but I have been a singer for a long time. I started singing when I was really young, and actually sang in the Canadian Children's Opera Company. So a lot of people, when they think about my music, like I have like a deep, like rich voice. It's funny to talk about my own voice like this, but yeah, it kind of comes from that choral operatic training. And then when I moved to Montreal, I kind of like, started experimenting with drum machines and synthesizers and kind of getting meeting more musicians, performing at bars, kind of like, starting from the ground up in terms of live performance and music making, and yeah, now it's kind of like grown into like I have like a full studio equipment, and yeah, I don't know, like I've toured North America and Europe. It's kind of crazy to think of all of that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So I have another question. When all of this quarantine craziness is over, what do you think is like the first place you'd want to travel to?
It's so sad you asked that, because I was supposed to go to Japan like a week from today for the first time. And like I'd literally been planning this trip for a year. Like it's been top of my list to go there for 5 or more years. But it's an expensive trip and it's very far, so you have to plan like pretty far in advance. I was gonna play some shows there. So sad. But I think that'd probably be like the first place I would go, which sounds funny because most people would be like, my favorite restaurant. I'm like, Tokyo. But yeah, like I mentioned, traveling with regards to my photography, and traveling is not only fun because you're on vacation, traveling is great, but like for me, I also make like whole bodies of work when I travel. Like it's really important for me to make my work. So I was pretty disappointed because I was like, what am I gonna do? I'll do like a big trip like kind of every 2 years, and then that work will like sustain itself for me for the next 2 years. Like I'll do an exhibition or a book or like sell some prints. Like it'll really like be like great. So yeah, it was a real shame, but I'll be making work in Canada this summer, which is it's also good.
Yeah, definitely. And there's like there's like lots of outdoor spaces that we can still go to right now. So.
And Montreal, Montreal book 2 this summer.
All right, so we only have about 10 minutes left, so I'll just ask some more of these questions I see. If you weren't a photographer, what would you be doing? And I guess maybe if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing?
I don't know, like nothing? I don't know. I was thinking about, because like when I found out I could go to school to study photography, when I was like 16, 17, I was like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. But also I was like, what the hell else would I do? like I think the backup plan was like English, which it's just such a it's fine if you study English, but like I just like I don't know, it's like you're just like I don't know, it's not for me, So I honestly have no idea, but I mean I would definitely be like an arts appreciator, probably like working in the arts in some form or another.
Awesome. Okay, so there's a couple more. We want to hit them kind of fast.
Okay.
Do you prefer color photography over black and white? If yes, why?
Color. I think I do prefer color over black and white, but sometimes I get a real craving to shoot black and white. And like I said, Montreal is kind of like black and white in the winter, color in the summer. But definitely color in the summer. But then you'll shoot a black and white roll in the summer, and it can also be amazing. So all my pictures are so intuitive that like whatever I have in my camera at the time is like, it's not planned. So I kind of feel lucky in that way. I like that kind of like back and forth.
Hello.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I think I also have a question off of that. So film as a medium, you said you shoot only film. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just feel like digital isn't for me. And like there are, especially now, like there are amazing digital cameras. But there's something about like getting the film back and taking it in and like seeing the pictures and like, I don't know, just not knowing exactly what the picture is gonna look like, and like the depth in film for me is like, it's really beautiful. And also for me, like when I exhibit my work, I blow the photos up to be quite large, like 28. There's one right here actually. This is like a 28 by 42-inch print, and then sometimes I'll go even bigger to be like 42 by 63 inches. They're just like big, and like when you walk up to those images, you can see the grain and like just like the tactileness of that grain, and like that to me is very beautiful and like really speaks like to the medium, which I really like.
I definitely agree. What film camera do you use?
Oh my god, everyone asks me this, and I usually don't reply, but I'll say no. The reason I don't really reply to that question is because like it doesn't really, it does matter to some extent, but like, as long as like you have like anything works, it's more about your eye. But I use a Nikon FX90. It's kind of like a professional SLR from the late 90s, I think. I'm honestly not like a technical camera like photography person, and it's weird because sometimes people will approach a conversation with me like I am, and I'm like, I actually have no idea about lenses. Like I only shoot with like one lens. And like I've gone through tons of cameras. They're not here. I used to have all my broken like Olympus stylus epics like lined up on my desk, but I mean, point and shoots can be really cool, but I kind of just came around to the idea of having like bringing my SLR with me everywhere, and it's like an automatic SLR with automatic focus, and I just committed to that, bringing that weight along with me everywhere. But yeah.
I agree. It doesn't matter what you have. It's like your vision. It's like, are you able to see the things and capture that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some more speed questions. What's your zodiac sign?
Oh, can you guess? I'm a Libra. I'm a double Libra, sun and moon. Very balanced between music and photography. There you go.
Definitely. That sums you up. Where do you print your photos in Montreal?
Photosynthèse. Great photo lab. And developing from Borealis. Amazing family-run business.
Awesome. What album are you addicted to so far this month? So right now.
Month?
Yeah, right now.
Oh my god, I don't know. The Beta 1991 album that came out last year was definitely one of my favorite records that came out recently. Oh, and the new Fortet record I've been listening to a lot. I love Fortet.
Awesome. Okay, so we have only about 5 minutes left. Is there anything in general that you would just like to speak about? Are you working on any projects right now? Anything that you'd like to give us little hints about?
Not in particular, I don't think. I'm really thankful to you and also to Chris for making this project happen and for finding my work. I thought that was just like a wonderful wonderful thing that you found my work, because
Yeah.
I feel like my work and like my way of approaching photography really fit into the series of Lost, and I was just really grateful to be a part of it and to be able to share my work with a larger audience. And I'm like, this is my first published book. I've self-published scenes and one book in the past, but it was amazing to be like, wow, I'm really excited to get the book. I can't wait to get the book. But
yes, me too. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and some people have been asking me about the pre-orders. They're gonna arrive. They're hopefully getting shipped at the end of the month, I think.
Yeah.
Chris said. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. But yeah, just thank you, Chris, and thank you, Tia, so much. It's been a pleasure to work with you guys, and
definitely.
Yeah,
it's
one day
we'll
meet in person one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. I found your work and I immediately fell in love with it, and that's why this all came about. And I just want to encourage you to continue making beautiful work and everything in between. It's been really wonderful. So
thank you. And it never stops. And I mean, that's such a good thing, If you love what you do, then you're gonna keep doing it. Nothing's stopping you.
Well, thank you so much, Tess, and again, a really, really big thank you to Blue Sky Gallery for hosting us.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to Chris for putting everything together. Another reminder: we have the 30% off on 30% off on Chris Graves projects.com, so kgpnyc.com. If you go there, everything that isn't pre-order is 30% off until midnight tonight with the code Blue Sky. And let's see. Oh, and also tomorrow, Chris is doing a interview with Nadia Nakorda at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So right here again tomorrow night. Make sure you come by and check that out. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right. So yes, don't forget 30% off Blue Sky. Check us out. And thank you, Tess. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tia. Bye.
Bye.